Hi guys, my name is Sophie and I work for the street team and I am also a hospitality student here at RCC. And today we would like to talk to you about distance learning as a part of our self-improvement discussions. And we know that now distance learning is not a choice, it's something that we all have to do. And I've been taking courses online last semester and now all of us are taking those classes. So I was thinking it would be a very good idea for us to talk about it, and all of you voted, so we would talk about it. And I really want to say that you might think that distance learning might be a little easier since, you don't have to be engaged in your classroom and you don't have to, spend time coming to school. But sometimes it's not very much easy. So I wanted to share some tips and tricks I've learned over my time with online classes. And I would start with you guys have to set a fixed time for your classes. And even if, I know that most of us have Zoom classes in the same time or Blackboard collaborative classes at the same time as we have our classes, but some students don't. But it's very important to keep the routine. It is very important to wake up at the same time every day as if you were going somewhere. Because that keeps you very motivated to study, because if you come to a classroom, even if you're not, if you're a little bit sleepy or you're not 100% prepared, when you come to the classroom, you have this will to learn. So if you wake up a little earlier your class and you start your day and you sit down, dressed up, maybe put your makeup or something, you will feel way better and you will want to engage. Second point would be not to rush through your work, because sometimes we might have a lot of assignments and we want to, write them down and get it over with. Again, with distance learning, sometimes it doesn't work that way. You really got to know your material in order to succeed in your discussions or your assignments. So really just make yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, or, pour yourself a glass of water and just sit down, get the material you need, read it, maybe read it again, and then write it down. Another point would be to take the time and ask questions. I know sometimes somebody might think that my question is stupid, I'm not going to ask it. You might think that, but there's probably one or two people who think the same about the same question. So it's always good to ask your questions. And now, since you don't have the opportunity, to come to the professor after class and ask your question or before, it is very important right now to ask your questions. And none of the questions are ever stupid, honestly. They're always important, and you might be helping not only yourself, but your classmates, and also maybe your professor, because he might be thinking that maybe he wasn't clear on something and he'll make sure that he will be next time. Another point would be to explore the technology. Now we have Zoom classes, somebody using Google Hangouts or Blackboard Collaborative. There is a whole page dedicated to student resources on RCC website, and there is a page with online learning, and there are a lot of tips and even videos about how to use Zoom, how to use Blackboard Collaborative, how to use Blackboard. Make sure you check it out, because it's very helpful if you're not familiar with those websites and online distance learning materials. Another would be choose your colleagues or project partners carefully. So if you are going to be having some group projects because your class requires that or your professor wants you to do that, make sure that you pay attention in your classroom and you kind of observe your classmates, because when you're in a classroom, like an actual classroom with someone, you might, know who you would want to partner with. Right now, you really need to see who is participating in Zoom or Google Hangouts or Blackboard Collaborative discussions, who's talking more. And that way you can see who would be a good partner for you to study with or to do a project with. So make sure you do that, because, you don't want to be the one who's going to be doing all the work. Another point would be is to use alarms and calendars. Now, since we have a lot of classes, for example, I am taking 21 credits. I have assignments due every single day. If I wouldn't be putting alarms, I would not be that prepared as I am. Actually, I kind of missed one of my assignments a couple of days ago because I didn't put the alarm. So it is very important to put alarms or, put some post it on your laptop or on your desk, wherever you're gonna see it for sure. Sometimes I even put like a mark on my hand to make sure I remember about something. Try to setting those alarms even a couple days before, and then a day before, and then on a day before the deadline to make sure you know it. And just, be prepared and know that your professors are always there for you. Right now, everybody is adjusting to a new system. Nobody ever had it before. So it's very important to understand that everybody's on your side and everybody's there to help you. So just make sure you ask your questions, you put your alarms, you set your time, you don't rush. Just be there and really will to learn, because they're there for you. And I can take any questions if you guys have any about distance learning, and I will help you. Okay, let me scroll down and see. What was it like to start doing the online classes? So when I started online class, it was actually last semester. It was English 102, and I thought it would be easier since I don't have to be engaged in the classroom. But I never knew how distance learning worked, right? So I thought that there were not discussions, there's just like papers due. And it's not how it works, there are discussions. So you still have to learn your material a lot. What is great about distance learning we have right now is that we do have the lectures from our professors, which is incredible because we still get all the material we need from our professors, but also from the lectures, they post like school plans and stuff like that, maybe additional videos, depends on your professor. So right now, I really like how we're learning at school because it's more helpful than during online course. Because when you're taking an online course, you need to understand that you're going to be a lot on your own. Here, you're never on your own, thanks to RCC and all of the professors who are doing that. Which program do you prefer using and why? I prefer Zoom because I like how it works. I like that you can raise a hand there or make some reactions like thumbs up or clapping. I don't remember. I think you even can do both. I tried Google Hangouts. I do it for my work meetings. I like it, but for the classroom, since in Zoom there is an option to raise a hand, I prefer that one. I did not try Blackboard Collaborative, so I can't say about that, but I'm sure it's good. But yeah, I prefer Zoom. What's the best way to keep track of your assignments? So I think before you start your week on Sunday, after watching Good Reporter on our Instagram, you can really sit down and write your to-do list. You see what assignments you have due what days. So you can put like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, how many days of classes you have. And then you write it all down. And you see what assignments you have due, and then you can kind of put a to-do list on not only what your assignments are due, but also when would you like to start them. And then you will see like how much time you would spend on them, and that way you can keep track on what is what. And it's very important to also set alarms, because right now with a lot of classes, alarms are very important. Are there going to be any more questions? Okay, well, thank you guys very much for joining us today. I hope you learned something new, or I hope I helped you with the tips for distance learning, and I really hope you all are gonna succeed, and good luck.